Krishna, Padma, Hare Krishna. Am I audible? My Zoom is not responding.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
You are
Prabhuji.
audible, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Paripurna Lalita, Padma Mataji, Nandini Mataji, Rogini Mataji, Sharmila Mataji, Sumangala Hari Sevini Devi Dasi, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Vasudha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay, my humble obeisances. So, can you check with somebody who is oh, it's already okay, live stream.
Yes, Prabhuji. It is live
Yeah, it's
stream.
being live streamed.
Do we know what is the sloka today?
4.14.17 to 19, Prabhuji. Am I audible, Prabhuji? Am I
Yeah,
audible?
yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry, 4.14.17.
Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji. 17 to
4.14.17.
19, Prabhuji.
19, yeah.
Okay. So I need volunteers to read translation sloka purport. Okay. Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Rajan asadvamatyebyas choradibhyah prajanrpaha rakshanyata balim grihnan iha pretya chamodate. Hare
Shanti
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Translation, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The saintly persons continued, when the king protects the citizens from the disturbances of mischievous, Prabhu, MISCH only it is. Ministers as well as from thieves and mischievous ministers as well as from thieves and rogues. He can, by virtue of such pious activities, accept taxes given by his subjects. Thus, a pious king can certainly enjoy himself in this world as well as in the life after death. Thank you.
Barnali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The duty of a pious king is described very nicely in this verse. His first and foremost duty is to give protection to the citizens from thieves and rogues, as well as from ministers who are no better than thieves and rogues. Formerly, ministers were appointed by the king and were not elected. Consequently, if the king was not very pious or strict, the ministers would become thieves and rogues and exploit the innocent citizens. It is the king's duty to see that there is no increase in thieves and rogues either in the government, secretariat, or in the departments of public affairs. If a king cannot give protection to citizens from thieves and rogues, both in the government service and in public affairs, he has no right to exact taxes from them. In other words, the king or the government taxes can levy taxes from the citizens only if the king or government is able to give protection to the citizens from thieves and rogues. In the 12th canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam 12.1.42, there is a description of these thieves and rogues in government service. As stated, prajaste bhakshya shantim lecha rajana rupina. These proud mlechas, persons who are less than Sudras, representing themselves as kings, will tyrannize their subjects, and their subjects, on the other hand, will cultivate the most vicious practices. Thus, practicing evil habits and behaving foolishly, the subjects will be like their rulers. The idea that in the democratic days of Kali Yuga, the general population will fall down to the standard of Shudras, as stated in Kalau Shudra Sambhava. Practically, the whole population of the world will be Shudra. A Shudra is a fourth class man who is only fit to work for the three higher social castes. Being fourth class men, Shudras are not very intelligent. Since the population is fallen in these democratic days, they can only elect a person in their category. But government cannot run very well when it is run by a Shudra. The second class men, known as the Kshatriyas, are especially meant for governing a country under the direction of saintly persons, Brahmanas, who are supposed to be very intelligent. In other ages, in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapar Yuga, the general populace was not so degraded, and the head of the government was never elected. The king was the supreme executive personality, and if he caught any minister stealing like thieves and rogues, he would at once have them killed or dismissed from the service, as it was the duty of the king to kill thieves and rogues. It was similarly his duty to immediately kill dishonest ministers in government service. By such strict vigilance, the king would run the government very well, and the citizens would be happy to have such a king. The conclusion is that unless the king is perfectly able to give protection to the citizens from rogues and thieves, he has no right to levy taxes from citizens for his own sense gratification. However, if he gives all protection to the citizens and levies taxes on them, he can live very happily and peacefully in this life, and at the end of this life he be elevated to the heavenly kingdom or even to the Vaikunthas, where he will be happy in all respects. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams.
Text 18. Who do we have? Shanti Mataji. It's over. Then Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams.
Yeah.
Yasya rastre pure chaiva bhagavan yajna purushah ichyate svena dharmena janairvarna shramanvitai.
Yeah. Narsimha Chandrika. Mataji, what's your name? Is it Narsimha Chandrika or it's your mother's name?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. My name is Naimisha. My mother's name is Chandrika.
Oh, okay. Naimisha. Yes, Naimisha.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The king is supposed to be pious in whose state and cities the general populace strictly observe the system of various social orders of Varna and Ashrama, and where all the citizens engage in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead by their particular occupations. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Naimisha Mataji. Purport, Meenakshi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To a little down. The state's duty and the citizen's duty are very nicely explained in this verse. The activities of the government head or king as well as the activities of the citizens should be so directed that ultimately everyone engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The king or government head is supposed to be the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is therefore supposed to see that things go on nicely and that the citizens are situated in the scientific social order comprised of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that unless people are educated or situated in the scientific social order comprised of 4 varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, and 4 ashramas, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, society can never be considered real human society, nor can it make any advancement towards the ultimate goal of human life. It is the duty of the government to see that things go on in terms of Varna and Ashrama. As stated herein, Bhagavan Yajna Purushaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, is the Yajna Purusha. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, Krishna is the ultimate purpose of all sacrifice. He is also the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Therefore, he is known as Yajna Purusha. The word Yajna Purusha indicates Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna or any personality of Godhead in the category of Vishnu Tattva. In perfect human society, people are situated in the orders of Varna and Ashrama and are engaged in worshipping Lord Vishnu by their respective activities. Every citizen engaged in an occupation renders service by the resultant action of his activities. That is the perfection of life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.46, Yatat pravrittir bhutanam yena sharvam idam tatam svakarmanasam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. Thus, the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Sudras, and Vaishyas must execute their prescribed duties as these duties are stated in the Shastras. In this way, everyone can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. The king or government head has to see that the citizens are thus engaged. In other words, the state or the government must not deviate from its duty by declaring that the state is a secular one, which has no interest in whether or not the people advance in Varnashrama Dharma. Today, people engaged in government service and people who rule over the citizens have no respect for the Varnashrama Dharma. They complacently feel that the state is secular. In such a government, no one can be happy. The people must follow the Varnashrama Dharma and the king must see that they are following it nicely. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Gopika Mataji,
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Will
Um,
be
do
able to
I
read. You want to
do
read
I say
translation or
sloka?
sloka? You
I can
want?
read sloka.
Oh yes, thank you. Please go ahead.
Tasya rajanu mahabhaga Bhagwan Bhuta Bhavana Paritushati Vishatma Tishtito Nija Shashane.
What's your good name?
I'm Gopika.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Translation, Shilpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. O noble one, if the king sees that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original cause of the cosmic manifestation and the super soul within everyone is worshipped, the Lord will be satisfied. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Shilpamai Mataji.
Thank you. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. It is a fact that the government's duty is to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied by the activities of the people as well as by the activities of the government. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you. There is no possibility of happiness in the government if the government or the citizenry have no idea of Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original cause of the cosmic manifestation, or if they have no knowledge of Bhuta Bhavana, who is the Visvatma, or the super soul, or the soul of everyone's soul. The conclusion is that without engaging in devotional service, neither the citizens nor the government can be happy in any way. At the present moment, neither the king nor the governing body is interested in seeing that the people are engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, they are more interested in advancing the missionary of sense gratification. Consequently, they are becoming more and more implicated in the complex machinery of the stringent laws of nature. People should be freed from the entanglement of three modes of material nature, and the only process by which this is possible is surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is advised in Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, neither the government nor the people in general have any idea of this. They are simply interested in sense gratification and in being happy in this life. The word Nija Sasane, in his own governmental duty, indicates that both the government and the citizens are responsible for the execution of Varnashrama Dharma. Once the populace is situated in the Varnashrama Dharma, there is every possibility of real life and prosperity both in this world and in the next. Thank you, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamagyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Shri Guru Shri Uda Patakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadudam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshadarine Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataru Besha Kripa Sindhu Vaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Guru Deenadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Today I see a lot of kids coming into the program. Is that they're regularly attending or it's because of the holidays they have joined? Gopika?
Because of holidays.
Okay. So then should I make it more story? Should I tell you more story?
As you want, as you wish.
Okay. Naimisha. Naimisha, right? What is the meaning of Naimisha? Huh? What is Naimisha name? Naimisha, what it means?
The Bhagavatam is recited by Sutta Goswami to Shaunaka
You are able to hear Naimisha?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What is your name meaning?
The place where the Bhagavatam is recited by Sutta Goswami to the
Wow, so nice. So you're named after Naimisharanya.
Yes.
Wow. Recently in our temple, one devotee went last week to Naimisharanya. He was talking about the glories. Very nice. So today we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 14, titled Story of King Vena. So in that sloka we are seeing 17 to 19. The story is that King Vena is a very bad person. And he is not following his rules and regulation. He stopped the entire Brahmana to stop doing the yagya, worship, charity, all the good things he stopped. So the citizens were harassed. For example, when he plays with his children in the school, or whenever he was studying, or whenever he going to Gurukul, he would kill them mercilessly, like killing like an animal. It's just simple fight, he would just kill them, chop off their head. That cruel is King Vena. So his father tried to help him out, try to punish him, make him correct, but he was not listening. So his father went away to the forest. So without citizens, they thought, all the rishis, they thought without any king, how this kingdom will work, we will make King Vena as the king. But and as I said, he was not listening, he was harassing everybody. So all the sages, they cursed him to death. So just by pronouncing, see there's power of their brahmanas, just by pronouncing you may die, he just died. So in this context, Prabhupada, today's sloka 17-19, he was explaining how one ideal leader should be, a king should be ruling the citizenships. and what are the rules and regulations. So for practical application, nowadays there is no king is ruling. Then you say, Prabhu, this is not applicable to us. Now, in the context of Prabhupada writing, as a state means not only king, it could be a state head. It could be a prime minister or chief minister. That is one aspect. The other aspect is could be your father, mother. As a father, mother, what is my responsibility to the dependent? So in the context here, the dependence, there is a king and the entire citizenship is a dependent. If it is a chief minister, prime minister enter India, for them, this either Karnataka or Mumbai, wherever you are, then they are the citizenship or the dependents. And for India, it is Prime Minister Modi, the entire citizen of India is dependent, certain extent, right? If it is a father, mother in the family, then father is the head of this family, and they all others, including wife, children, they are dependent. So what I'm going to speak today, it is applicable not only for the king, it is applicable for the state of the head, whoever is prime minister or chief minister, or head of the family. If it is father, if it is a single mother, then it is a responsibility of the single mother. And it is also a responsibility of whoever doing a preaching, right? A guru, he also has so much dependent. So it is applicable to him as well. And also people who are doing small bhakti vrishas, who are trying to mentor some people, or it is applicable to the teachers who are teaching in the school. This is the ideal situation where how the teacher should act, how the chief minister should act, how the prime minister should act, how the father should act, or anybody who's leading a small group, saying that I'm leading, I'm trying to mentor them, how the leader should work, right? This was I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to give a lot of example and stories. So is it clear? Don't think that it is contextualized only for king. It is contextualized for any person, either father, mother, or person who is preaching, or either teacher in the school, and either king, or it could be this chief minister, prime minister, whoever it is, managing some dependence. What is their responsibility? That's what we're going to see. The theme is dependence karma. So there is certain extent karma of the citizens, karma of the student, karma of the family members to the father, it affects them. So it is equally responsible as a dependent, as a child, as a citizen. What should we do? So it is both the responsibilities of do's and don'ts of the citizens, children, a student for a teacher, a family member for a father, as a citizen for the prime minister. What is the rules and regulation we need to follow? What is that responsibility? Similarly, the other side, as a leader, as a father, as a teacher, as a chief minister, prime minister, whoever it is, as a king, what is my duty? That's what we're going to see from different examples of today, especially the king Vena concepts, because that's what Prabhupada is emphasizing much on how ideally a king should rule, how a father should maintain the family, how the family member should respond, because whatever activities you do, the karmas of the disciple, especially when the initiation process happens, when the guru initiates the people, he supposed to take their karma and he has to suffer. And similarly, a wife, she commits, a children commits some sin, then it goes to the father has to suffer. Similarly, a preacher has to take some amount of karma of the people who are following. Then people might ask, that's the reason, Prabhu, I don't preach only. I don't make endeavor to preach, right? Because there is a karma involved. Why should I take karma? I'm not pure soul. I can't preach. All those questions comes up. That's what we're going to discuss today. Before I proceed, are there any questions you want me to answer in this class from this topic? I spoke so much. I want to pass. I want you to reflect. I want you to ask question. Whatever question you ask, I will answer. Otherwise, we will finish the Bhagavatam here only. Okay, please post your questions or unmute and ask all the questions what you have had based on the topic I'm talking. Is it clear what I'm talking?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
ask questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu,
Yeah.
can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Prabhu, so in today's context, if we are voting a leader, so we always think that each one is more or less, they're all the same and the effect is not. So that karma also comes on to us, no, Prabhu, when we vote an irresponsible leader, but then everybody is irresponsible to some extent. One is One can be better than the other, but how does that karma come on to us, Prabhu? Little light if you could throw on that. Hare Krishna.
Okay, excellent questions. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, when we consider the king, then his responsibility is very high and a lot more than when it is compared to a person or a head of the family, na Prabhuji. So how will this one be the same, Prabhuji? Like whatever applies to kings, how can it apply to a head of the family, Prabhuji? That also please.
Excellent. So, if I may extend, because there are a lot of Matajis here, what if head of the state, like if King Veena was a bad person, what if my spouse is not Krishna conscious or he's not a devotee? What is the responsibility of as a wife? What should I do? Right? How my karma will act? Or how can I go back to Godhead? Right? That could be some of the questions. Like my husband is never listens to me. He is not a devotee. I'm struggling alone. Like that. Or the kids will say, I'm Krishna conscious, but my parents are not allowing me to practice Krishna conscious. Our parents would say, we are Krishna conscious, our children are not Krishna consciousness. How do we do? What in that situation? What is the guidelines? What is that you suggest? Or what is it Bhagavatam talks about? These topics also you can include in this. So in this, any other question anybody is thinking on these lines?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Pranams. Prabhuji, on the same line, like children, bringing children, one of my kid was into Krishna consciousness since childhood, but coming into teenage years, the child is now somehow I'm seeing there is a out of the Krishna consciousness, but still some sevas and some things are making the child bound still, but the child is not interested anymore here. And the other child is not into Krishna consciousness at all. So how do I pray or how do I manage? I'm preparing prasadam every day at home, trying to inculcate all whatever I can do, not forcing them, but still things are like not working. So that part I wanted to ask, how should I behave so that they should come into this?
Okay, excellent. Gopika, do you have any question?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. See,
Hare Krishna.
yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what you said like that, I am from Kerala. Actually, my family, in my family side, nobody is supporting for Krishna consciousness. My entire family, they think that if I go to this, I will become something like that and all. It's the so every day I don't have what to say. Whatever Zoom class, whatever YouTube class, like that only I was connecting to the devotee service and all. So sometimes some Prabhujis and all of Matajis and all says, if you're not connecting to the devotees, you will be what surrounding people you're surveying, that will be catching you more. So so I feel sometimes times and all I used to come down. I cannot able to do my japa regularly or wake up. Some days I cannot able to wake up at Mangalarti. So I feel myself because of this situation I'm suffering, or I have to do more what I'm doing it regularly. That I want to know, ma'am, Prabhuji. So it's
Yes.
very, you give light up on that words, so it will be very helpful for me.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
If I don't answer some of them, because I'll just go through the flow, most of them I'll try to cover. If it is not, you can
Okay.
at the end, you can ask me, remind me this question. Excellent question.
Prabhuji, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes, Gopika, please.
My question was that, well, when I do my chanting, I just don't feel much into bhakti. So how can I progress? Like, what should I do to improve my math to go into bhakti more? Or
Wow. You're already, by asking this question, it shows that your sincerity. If somebody is endeavoring for the perfection, that itself a perfection. You may not achieve perfection at this age, but somebody is feeling, yeah, I need to perfect. I know what I'm doing it. I need to improve. That thought itself is Krishna sees not the result. He sees the endeavor. So somebody, for them, it's easy to become pure devotee and they can chant like that. But somebody has to struggle. But Krishna sees what amount of struggle you put rather than what is it achieved. Krishna sees not the result. So the thought itself you're putting the endeavor, your struggle itself, that is a reward. You don't need to worry about the results will automatically come. So Krishna sees how much endeavor we are making. So keep chanting, keep endeavoring, keep determined. Don't worry about the results. Krishna doesn't see the result. It matters, but Krishna sees the more endeavor. To tell you a small example, recently we celebrated Ramayana, right? Ramanavami, and you know the squirrel story, right? So they were constructing a bridge, Hanuman's picking wood boulder. So the squirrel would come in between his leg, go like that. He was annoyed one time, two times. Third time he picked up the squirrel, he said, get away, he just throw it away. Then again the squirrel used to come and his between leg, it would roll some particles, he'll put, and he's trying to big boulders. Then he asked Squirrel, what are you doing? Do you know what I'm doing it? And he threw away the squirrel. So then the squirrel went and complained. Lord Ram, see this person. He's disturbing my seva. Then Lord Ram called Hanuman. Why are you disturbing the squirrel? At its capacity, it's doing. It may not add value. One grain of sand, how much you can construct a bridge. But Rama saw equally. So that's why these 3 lines are there in squirrel. Rama was caressing that squirrel and he appreciated. So it's again the squirrel again. Then after some time, Hanuman understood he was going. Again, the squirrel was coming in between the paths. So Hanuman realized this time how so much enthusiasm the squirrel is doing it, and you would again throw the squirrel. Again, squirrel would go and complain to Lord Ram. Now Lord Ram asks, what is that now? So because of this, you are calling me, I'm able to have discussion like that. There a lot of fun happen. So what the bottom line is, Krishna did not see whether squirrel can construct a bridge or not. What he saw, the endeavor. There is no difference between Hanuman endeavor and the squirrel endeavor. Both are same. He equally saw. So that way, Gopika, you should think about how much endeavor I am making. Then that's it's like a progress. Okay. Today, now I am going to give some example from Shastras. As I mentioned, this is applicable equally to king, a husband, who is the head of family head, or a state of the head, a teacher, or a person who is mentoring somebody as a Bhaktivrisha leader or a mentee, mentor, whatever form you are leading somebody's dependent, this is applicable. I'm putting as it is from Shastra. Sometimes it may be blunt, it is pain, but let us discuss and see how do you overcome. Now, there is a triple D, deliver dependent from death. Any leader, first I'm talking about all the roles and responsibility of a leader, then I'll also talk about the roles and responsibility of the dependent. So the first aspect of the leader, whoever it is, in the form which I told you, they should deliver dependent from death, triple D, right? It's easy to understand. So this shloka comes in Shrimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 5:18. Please go and read this wonderful shloka. This is spoken by Rishabhadev. So Rishabhadev shloka this is. Guru nasa shasya svajano nasa sasya pita nasa sajjanani nasasya devim na tatsya na patischa sasasyan na mochayetya samupeta mrityum. Can somebody take out the translation and read if somebody is open
Yes,
having
Prabhuji. Hare
Bhagavatam
Krishna.
5518, please? Yes. Yeah, please read the translation.
5 point, sorry, Prabhuji,
5.5.18.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Guru na sasyat, swajano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat, daivam na tatsyan, na patischa sa syan, na mochayedya samupeta mrityum. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. One who cannot deliver his dependents from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a worshipable demigod. Hare Krishna. Purport
Okay.
also, Prabhu.
No need, no need.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is a wonderful purport. It is, you can go and read, especially the second paragraph. So here are all the categories I told you, right? So the same category Prabhupada is also talking. Who can become a father? Who can become a guru? Who can become a mother? Who can become a demigod? And that says if you can't deliver the dependence from Krishna consciousness, you are not making them Krishna consciousness, then better you don't take up these positions. This positions comes with some responsibility. If you don't make it, then Prabhupada gives example. The Brahmana Patni rejected his husband. Why? They are not Krishna conscious. They're not making them to serve. They're stopping them to serving Krishna. And Prahlad Maharaj, he did not listen to his father. Then similarly, Bali Maharaj did not listen to his guru because they are not all making them Krishna consciousness. So that's Prabhupada wonderful purport is given. So this is one aspect of thing that I've established now. It is applicable to all the category from this shloka, and they need to make the dependent Krishna conscious. If not, and you can't just become cats and dogs, because cats and dogs also gives a birth to kitten, baby, and they also take care. The birds also take care. But we don't want to be in the animal platform. What is the human platform? You should deliver the dependent from uh, the death, which is only possible by becoming Krishna consciousness. So if the king or the citizen or the prime minister or chief minister is not enabling the citizens to worship, chant on bhakti, then he will suffer. He is not ruling his praja properly. Now, the second aspect of this is from Devahuti, text chapter Canto 3, text number 23, text number 51. And Naimisha, can you read this translation in the displayed on whatever in the screen?
Okay, Prabhuji. Sri Devahuti said, My Lord, you have fulfilled all the promises you gave me, yet because I am your surrendered soul, you should give me fearlessness too.
He had everything. Devahuti, Kardavamani was so mystic, potent. He can create a palace which entire city was floating. Imagine, where are you from, Gopika? Sorry, Namisha?
Prabhuji, I am from Mangalore, Karnataka.
Imagine the entire Mangalore is flying on the sky with a palace, right? That much she had. She said, My Lord, you have given me everything, but I want to be fearless. Still, I have fear. What is a fear here? She's talking about the death. If I have to come out of the death, I need to be Krishna conscious. So she's asking, how do I become Krishna conscious in effect? So, so there is a wonderful story I'm going to tell. Listen carefully, everybody. And I'm going to ask 3 questions and see whether you can answer these 3 questions, right? So the topic is responsibility of the preacher. The photo and the person you see, his name is Yamunacharya. This Yamunacharya is the guru of Ramanujacharya. Both of them never met, but the time of the death, Ramanujacharya goes and meet Yamunacharya. So that is the context to give who is Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya is a great acharya in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, and he is also guru of Ramanujacharya, right? And his childhood pastime is what I'm going to narrate. So this Yamunacharya comes in very great family of tradition of Vaishnava Sampradaya. Nada Muni was one of the great person who wrote all this Nalayara Divya Prabandham, helped. So his grandson is this Yamunacharya. He's not an ordinary child. So he was in the Gurukul that point in time. So, and he was born in the place called Madurai, which is in Tamil Nadu. If somebody is familiar with Tamil Nadu geography, he's born in the place called Madurai. So the Madurai was ruled by the Pandya kings. The Pandyas, they used to have so much debate and things like that. The king used to have one main minister who is Pandita. He defeated so many people, including where Yamunacharya's guru is there. He was in the Gurukul. This Yamunacharya's guru also have been defeated once. So the rule is that whoever been defeated, they have to pay some taxes to that minister because he is Pandita. He is great. So the king also encouraged him and he maintained him as a status. See, I have a Pandita who can be never debate, nobody can be defeated. So that way he was given a prominence in the kingdom also. So this was going on. One time, Yamunacharya's guru, he went outside somewhere. He was not there. Yamunacharya was alone in the Gurukul. So the Sishya of that, the Pandita came asking for some money because he didn't pay the tax. Those who um, those who are failed in the debate, they're supposed to pay taxes every month. Yamunacharya Guru, he did not pay taxes for many months. So they came chasing, saying that your Guru did not pay taxes. He's been defeated many a time, so you should pay. They're asking the Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya at that point in time, he was just 5-6 years old. He's very young, 7 years old. I don't know, Gopika, how old are you?
11.
He is younger than you, 7 years old, imagine. So they were chilling. Then he said, I will challenge your guru. Ask him to come for debate. I will defeat him. So he makes a challenge. And the people who came, the disciples, they were shocked. You are a small boy. Do you know what you mean? What you're challenging? You're challenging the guru of the king. And if you don't defeat him, you get severe punishment. He said, no, I'll take care of it. Go and challenge him, ask him, set for a debate. Then this news spread across. So the king is not able to believe 7-year-old child challenging this great Pandit, and they want to check with him. Are you sure you want to do it? Then his guru also meantime came. He said, Yamunacharya, what you have done? I'm not able to defeat, and your small child, you will not be able to defeat him. Why did you accept this challenge? He said, I can't see you there blaspheming you. My guru is supreme for me, and they are blaspheming you and they are harassing you to pay the taxes. I can't tolerate this. With your mercy, I will defeat him. So he made the challenge, and the next day they come, say, you come to the court and we will have a discussion. He said, no, I am an opponent. I need to be given proper respect. Then only I'll come. So then the king sends all the palanquin, all the horses to carry him in the proper way so that he can go for the argument. So meanwhile, this was happening. The king and queen had a big argument, saying that he's a small boy, you are encouraging him to come and have a debate. The king says to the queen, what do you think? He will win or not this debate? The queen was strong. I mean, she likes this Yamunacharya and his guru, and she strongly believed that this person will defeat the Pandita. But the queen said, I believe this person, I strongly believe that this person, this boy will defeat our Pandita. King said, no, I don't believe. So both were discussion. It went to waging wars. I mean, the betting and all. So the queen said, I will challenge you. If the boy wins, he doesn't win, then I will become a servant of your servant of a servant. That's a big statement for the queen to make. And the king said, I also bet if the person wins, the boy wins the argument, then I'll give half of my kingdom. Right? They were like this, they were discussing, and it's become, excited. And the person comes here, Yamunacharya comes to the court, and the argument begins. He asked 3 questions to the Pandita. He said, you have to refute my statement. Whatever I say, you have to refute and prove. Then I will accept you. You won the debate. I will accept my defeat. The first question he asked, your mother is not a barren woman. That he has to refute. What it means is that your mother did not give birth to you. That's what he has to prove. But he has born. How can he prove that his mother is not given birth to the Pandita? So she is not a barren woman. She has given a birth to a child. But Yamunacharya is asking to prove that your mother is not given a birth to a child. This is one. It is very difficult. So he was confused. Then Yamunacharya went on to the second question. Of course, you did not answer first question. I go to the second question. He says the Pandya king is supremely righteous. You have to refute. Means the king is not religious. How can a minister can go and refute? Even though the king is religious, you can't tell in front of him. He would chop off your head. First thing. Second thing is, he is a very religious, very pious king. So you can't tell lie also that the king is not a pious. So he is put into a very difficult situation. He has to say that the king is not pious king. He has to refute this statement. He is not able to do that. He was getting furious, and he said, what kind of questions you are asking? You are become really childish only. And this kind of question you can't ask. Then the third questions he went on. He goes one more level. He said the queen is not chastised queen. You have to refute that. So all these three made him furious, and they were all telling, what kind of questions you're asking, you know, what will be the result? The Pandita finally said, okay, I accept my defeat, but you have to refute this answer. You told this question, but you have to give the answer. Unless we are satisfied with the answer, we will not accept your defeat. Right now, I'm not able to answer. I agree, but you answer. Based on your answer, we will decide who is winning or not. Right? Then this Yamunacharya, this is very important, relevant to the topic what I'm talking, because certain portion of karma of the followers goes to the guru, a king, a teacher, a family member, whoever is leading the family. So that's what I'm trying to prove here. So the first question, right? Anybody knows this answer? Okay, nobody, most of the time you will not know, but anyway, I'll tell you the answer. The
Yesterday, Prabhu.
first, yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yesterday, Prabhu shared it in the same story, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, then I'll make it short, right? So the short answer is that the woman is to be not considered as a barren, considered as a barren if only one child she bears. There should be multiple child, then she is considered as mother. The king enjoys benefit of 1/6 of the religious acts of the subjects, and similarly the burden 1/6 of the sinful deeds. This is references Haribhakti Vilas 1.77 written by Sanatana Goswami. This is the scriptural reference where it is mentioned. Right now, this is the point I want to emphasize. If the king is not ruling properly, whatever bad things happens, he has to suffer 1/6 of the karma will pass on. So similarly, as a dependent, whoever it is, the disciples after taking initiation from guru, if they are not following the regulations, principle, they're breaking, then that sin will go to the guru. Because of that, guru would suffer. Many a time, Prabhupada in his lecture, many a times in the conversation, he told, I'm suffering because I've taken too many Western disciples who are very sinful in nature. That's why I'm suffering, right? The third aspect is then that way the king, he proves that the king is maybe righteous, but the dependents may not be righteous. That's why he's impious king. The third aspect is the queen is not chastity because the king is representative of Agni, Vayu, Surya, Chandra, Yama, Kubera, Varuna. Is representative of the demigods. So it's a combination of demigods. How a wife can be chastened to marrying to many people like that is try to prove this argument. So in this, I want to take up the answer of the second one, where the sinful deeds of the dependents, how it is getting transferred, how it is affecting the person who is trying to lead a group or a country or a class, whatever it is, right? So some of the quotes I've written down here. I need volunteers who have raised the hands previously not read. I want to quickly read. Then we will have a debate discussion for 5-10 minutes. There are 2-3 slides. I want quickly raise your hands. Please read this. Please volunteer. Please raise only those who are not read previously. Yeah. Where is the participants? Where are they raising hands? Okay. I don't see the hands raised. Mataji, those who already read, please give opportunity to others. I want people who are not read to raise their hand. Yeah, please, Divya Mataji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada, he began, we are receiving a number of letters now from people who want to get initiated. So, up until now, since you were becoming ill, we asked them to wait. Tamal Krishna suggested that since the Guru has to take on the karma of his disciple, and since Srila Prabhupada's health was already weak, he should wait before accepting more disciples.
Nandini Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
We are not able to hear you, Nandini Mataji. Mataji, we will come back to you. Shobha Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the morning Bhagavatam class, the devotees who lectured regularly discussed the subject as explained in Srila Prabhupada's books. At the time of initiation, Krishna absolves the initiate of all karmic reactions due for past sinful acts. The spiritual master, however, is the representative of Krishna, also shares in removing the disciples' karma. Krishna, being infinite, can never be affected by such karma, whereas the spiritual master, although completely pure, is finite. The spiritual master therefore partially suffers the reactions for a disciple's sins, sometimes becoming ill. Jiva Goswami warns that a spiritual master should not take too many disciples because of the danger of accepting an overload of karma. Not only does the spiritual master accept the previous karma of the disciples, but if the disciples commit sins after initiation, then for those also the spiritual master may sometimes become ill. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Prabhupada said that this mid-deed was accepting so many disciples, but he had no choice for spreading Krishna consciousness. The spiritual master sometimes suffers. He said that so that the spiritual disciples may know, due to our sinful activities, our spiritual master is suffering. And this always had a sobering effect on any would-be offender. But now, for the first time, Prabhupada was specifically blaming his disciples for a serious illness. By neglecting their spiritual master's most basic instructions, they were causing him great distress. They understood that their spiritual master was no ordinary material victim, and they knew that they had to correct their mistakes and pray to Krishna that Prabhupada would get better. Srila Prabhupada Leela Mira 2.4.
Okay, Sharmila Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. A morning walk. Tripurari. Once Balavanta was very sick when he was dealing with the politicians, and I heard that you said it was because he, by touching them and associating with them, he accepted some of their sinful reactions. Prabhupada chuckles. I did not say laughter. Tripurari, no, Prabhupada, but it may be Tripurari. So I was wondering, sometimes our men on Sankirtana, they are shaking hands, Prabhupada, but you are Sankirtana, you cannot be infected. Party is infected, then preaching will stop. If doctor is infected, then treatment will stop. Doctor is never infected. They have good precautions. Similarly, when you are engaged in Sankirtana, Maya cannot touch. Mayam etam tarantite. Tripurari. Disciples and you accept our karma also. Is that correct? Prabhupada. Tripurari. That is manifest sometimes in disease on your body. Prabhupada. Yes. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Who else? Naimisha, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Question.
Question. You have previously said that when the disciples are not following the regulative principles, they are the killer of one's guru and guru gets the karma. I have also heard that if the disciple breaks the principles, they are not considered disciple and guru does not get karma. Jayapataka Swami. Show what Shastra says that I did not hear anything. At the time of initiation, the guru accepts the disciple and there is a heart-to-heart connection and relationship. So if the disciple breaks the principles, he is known as Guru Drohi. Srila Prabhupada had said that. I don't know where you heard that by breaking the principles is no longer a disciple and the guru is not responsible. If the disciple gives up the guru or takes reinitiation, then the karma is transferred to the new guru. Otherwise, the guru is still responsible. Hari Bol.
Thank you. So, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Brahma Tirtha. Prabhupada was discussing how we suffer because of our karma. I didn't want to challenge Prabhupada, so I said, Prabhupada, I ask you this very humbly. Do you get sick? I thought that if he got sick, it was from his karma. Prabhupada said, oh yes, I get sick. I said, but you're a pure devotee and pure devotees shouldn't have karma. If a devotee claps his hands in front of the deity, his karma is gone. and he's not getting more karma. So is it you're getting sick? Humbly said, I'm not a pure devotee. I pursued it a little further. I said, why is it you suffer? Is it the way Christ suffered? He said, the reason I suffer is because I have done one sinful thing. I have taken too many disciples. When the spiritual master takes disciples, suffer the sins of his disciples. That was a very heavy thing. Devotees present at the time are awestruck in that my sins are affecting Prabhupada. One of them had total affection for Prabhupada, and to think this will affect him was painful. Prabhupada said, my sinful activities are taking too many disciples for purposes. I am willing to take suffering. For the sake of preaching, I'll take too many disciples. Reference memories and anecdotes of a modern day saint was Dhantadasa.
So
Should
there
I
are quite
continue, Prabhu?
few. There are quite few. We are already 10:30, so probably we can have a discussion. But similar lines, there are many quotes you can read through. So let's review the questions one by one, right? So somebody asked, is the level of karma is the same as the head of the state and the family member? Bottom line is karma is there. When the family head of the family uh, has to take some suffering of the wife, especially the wife, karma is transferred. So that's why when we want to get married, we always suggest Prabhus to get married to a devotee girl. Why? Because if you marry to a non-devotee, one thing is may not be conducive. Second thing is that there are a lot of karma husband has to take. So his sadhana goes down for marriage. We marriage to a non-devotee. So that's why we look at from various aspects and suggest that the especially husband should marry to a devotee girl. This is one aspect because he has to share some portion of karma. So I also remember many times His Holiness Jayapat Maharaj, he would tell, so when you go around circling around Tulasi every day morning, we do Yani Kanicha, Papani, Brahmahatya Kanicha. When we go around Tulsi Maharaj, he said, you do extra 2 rounds and dedicated to me. So if I do 4 rounds are circumlating the Tulsi Marani, then I would do extra 2 rounds and delegate the benefit of that to the Guru. So that's possible. So he says that way I can get my, shukr, the pious, not pious, spiritual gain. So most of the time when he was sick, he would request his disciple, whatever you are doing, then you may wish, then you may share 10%, 20% of the benefit to me. So that way I can preach more like that. So it's definitely a guru disciple, a guru has to take his karma as we see many places. Similarly, a father, a husband has to take some portion of the karma of the wife. But in the scenarios where the husband is not a devotee, and the wife, she's a devotee, what should be the responsibility? For a woman, the husband is devotee or non-devotee, she should stick to the husband. She should continue to do the seva. She may practice, but if the family husband is not a devotee, it does not matter. She has to stay in the family and she has to continue whatever the husband says. This is as one of the service to Krishna, because Krishna is telling, he established this this 4 Varna and Ashrama, and he expected us to follow the Varnashrama Dharma. That itself one of the seva to Krishna by doing that way, because that husband's karma will not come to you. You also know from Ratnakar's story where Ramayana, Valmiki was hunted and he went and asked his family whether will you share my karma. And they said, no, it's your karma, you have to suffer. We can't do it. So the wife is going, she can still go back to Godhead just by listening and serving the husband, because that's a duty of her, irrespective of whatever situation. Unless the husband is so cruel, and that may be a case where we need to discuss case by case. But in general principle, because one time Peshima, Prabhupada's sister, her husband was breaking all 4 relative principle. He was not at all conducive. She went and asked Prabhupada that time, brother, what should I do? My husband is not at all Krishna conscious, and also is breaking all the 4 relative principle. Prabhupada never said You come out and I'll take care of you. He said, no, your duty is to pray to Krishna, then do your duty. I will give my family duty, what I'm worshipping, Radha Govinda. You continue to worship, you pray to Krishna, make the petition, then he will do the needful. But the Matajis will go back to Godhead by serving the husband, irrespective of whatever conscious they are in. And they are supposed to be Krishna conscious and guide the family, but that worst case, Krishna will definitely take them. Mataji is given a special permission for them to go back to Godhead. So that way, Prabhupada always insisted serving in the family when the husband is whatever state it is, right? So similarly, any pious activity done by the family, so the king takes 1/6 of the karma of the people. So if somebody is not conducive, it's not making people Krishna consciousness, then the king has to suffer. That we have seen from the story of this Yamunacharya. Similarly, a person who is guiding. So I also heard one time Gauranga Prabhu was recommending some of the people for some of the devotees for initiation to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. But Radhanath Maharaj was keep pending some of them and things like that. I don't know, I don't remember exact details, but once he had a conversation with Gauranga Prabhu saying that it is not just that Guru has to take sins of the disciple when accept the disciple. The person who is recommending, he also gets some portion of it karma. So still you want to recommend, then I will give the initiation. Then Gauranga Prabhu, Gauranga Das Prabhu, he reconsidered the names and he resubmitted the list. So that way, even a preacher who is guiding some dependent, they are completely thinking that you are my Siksha Guru and they're dependent on you. If you're not able to guide them properly, then some amount of karma is also passed on to the preachers as well. Prabhupada is telling, even your Sankirtana, there are some people distributing, you can get some karma, but Prabhupada says Maya will not attack if you're in Sankirtana. But for preaching sake, somebody has to accept this as offering to his Guru. Moreover, we can pass it on. So whatever we take, we pass it on to the Guru. So Guru will pass it on to the Krishna. That's why no sin there. But you see the other side of the mercy, which is flowing unlimitedly. All the previous acharyas standing in the queue to shower those who are preaching, take an effort to make your son or daughter to Krishna consciousness. In the first shloka, right? Guru nasasya, sajjano nasasya, pita nasasya, janani nasasya. Your father, mother, you can't become father, mother unless you want to deliver your dependence words from the Krishna consciousness. Don't become a guru. Guru na nasasya. Your sishyas you can't deliver it. So like that, this shloka concludes that. So it is already time. If I'm not answered certain question, I will take up 2-3 minutes to answer. But the essence of the theme is that, person who is in this various roles, they have to take some portion of karma. So as a dependent also, they should do pious activities so that the either father, head of the family, or the teacher, or its state also gets good pious activity, and they also rule. And there is something called guru karma. You may not kill cow, but nearby area, if somebody is butchering the cow, the tsunami and other calamities comes because of that. So if you are in the area, definitely the earthquake and Bhugamba, it will have effect. It's called combined karmic. So whether you are doing or not does not matter. If in surrounding is also it's happening, you will have to suffer for that. So there is, it's very complex topic to understand this karma, how it works, how it goes to father, how it goes from the karma of the son goes to the father, the wife goes to the father, how the preacher who gets his karma, it's very difficult to understand. But one thing we need to understand, it does affect. So as a disciple, we try to keep up our vows, promises, and try to do some pious activity. Then that way, everybody is happy. So that is in short. Now it open for the floor for more questions and discussion.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Any Matajis or Prabhujis, kindly raise your hands for questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class. I just joined a little late, but still it was very helpful for me to get through. And in the flow, you said that about the wife and the means the spouse. So if the wife's karma will not affect the spouse, or how it is, Prabhu? I didn't get that.
It will affect. Wife's karma will go to the husband.
Okay, and the husband's karma
Will not come to the wife.
Oh, it's like that. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I just have a request if it's possible, or if you have taken class on this karma, just share the link. Or if it is not, then if it is possible, or you can take about this karma and elaborate, or in whichever platform you take, you can just let us know.
I don't see. I given more many lectures on that karma. I don't know where it is. Exclusively, I've discussed about it. Bits and pieces I would have done it. So whenever next opportunity comes, we can discuss.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Lalita Mataji, you can ask the question, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like in today's class, you told so much about karma and transfer of karma of various people, from different people to different people. So what I got is just I want to know whether I'm right. By doing Tulasi Parikrama for that particular person, their karma will go away. Is that right, Prabhuji?
No, see, by circumlating Tulasi, there are so many, whatever sins or karma you have, it has been removed. So Tulasi is so pure. So of course, you can pass on some benefit to the person whom do you think, especially Guru, then that way it benefits him as well. So that's what he requested his disciples when he was sick completely and he was struggling, life struggling. Then he told, you may do that. It's not a compulsory, but you may do that. That way, you can recover quickly. So yes, you can also pass on your. See, when somebody is not well, we all do group prayers, right? Why we do group prayers? Somebody's son met with an accident, somebody's in the hospital, ICU, mother is not well, they post it in the group, we are all pray, right? So you can say, how does it will help? My prayers will go to him, right? So something like that. This karma works different way. It's very difficult to understand. Our prayers are here. Our prayers will make a benefit. Our prayers, we can save the lives. So prayer has that powerful effect.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can ask Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have already came into the end of my life, Sandhya Kala. So what about my fate, Prabhuji? Then how we have to continue? How we have to live? And if the sins are coming like that, how will we eradicate from all these things?
okay. See, we need to follow Krishna consciousness. If family members at an extent, now for example, King Vena, his father tried his all the best to make effort, right? Still, in spite of that, the kids or family members may not be Krishna conscious. That we can't do anything about it. We have to keep praying till the end. Give them the whatever means you can do Krishna conscious activity, either praying for them. As I said, you can circumambulate Tulasi, you can pass on some benefits to them so that they become Krishna conscious. As long as you do your duty, Krishna takes care of it. We don't need to worry about it. If somebody is adamant not to become Krishna conscious, they will not become. It's based on their karma. They will not become Krishna conscious. But here, when we say that, when we have to take our responsibility and endeavor, complete try, that's what it means. That's the reason people say we don't want to get married. We don't want, because I don't know whether children can. I'm seen in the temple, all the children are not becoming Krishna conscious, so I will not get married. That is not a good proposal. Prabhupada said, I am preaching. I will get karma, I know, but I have to do this as a seva. I will take it up, not a problem. Similarly, we have to endeavor saying that I will have a children, but I'll try to make myself give all the facility to make Krishna conscious. If that individual soul is not doing it, that's up to him. And all this karma, as Prabhupada said, right? So when you take up to Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. All your previous, all this karma is gone, right? So, but yeah, there will be some effect, will be there. But as long as we are trying, endeavoring, making a soul to come to Krishna's lotus feet, then Krishna is pleased because how much he's struggling to reclaim all the fallen conditioned soul. Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, all these Prabhupada disciples, they're struggling to preach. If you go and help him little bit like a squirrel seva, at least one soul, I'll bring it to your lotus feet, or I'll give a conducive environment where the souls can progress. Krishna sees, Lord Ram sees this squirrel seva is the greatest thing than the Hanuman, what he's doing. So, are you ready to do squirrel seva or not? That's a question.
Oh, definitely I am ready, Prabhuji. There is no second thought at all.
That's all. Leave it. Leave the rest to Krishna. Why you bother about it?
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. I will follow it.
Is it okay, Prabhu? Many hands are raised. Padma Mata, you can ask. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Very nice class, Prabhuji, a lot of intakes. And my question is, Prabhuji, when you refer to the cow slaughter, sometime back I had seen in certain areas when there was cow slaughter happening, there were people around, there were houses around, and there were some devotees also. That time I was not so much into Krishna consciousness. This was years back. So this thought just came to me. Then what will happen to the devotees? Do that karma, do they also get affected, or is it the other way around?
They have to, a certain extent, they have to suffer because every blood which falls on the ground, the Mother Earth falls, then we have to suffer. So all the tsunami, earthquakes, calamities, natural calamities, fire, it happens because of that. So when you're in that area, of course, you will get affected. When tsunami happened, does it not kill the devotees?
No, Prabhuji, but what I thought, if the devotees are there, they purify the place. That's why this question just cropped up in my mind.
Yeah, they purify place. Gradually, the people might, when we do Sankirtan, the transformation will happen. But whatever sin is committed, no?
So they also get affected. That means the devotees who are around, staying around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, in this context, can I add something? What Padma Mataji just asked? Because we had this situation, our uncle stays in Rajkot, where all there is no devotee over there, but they're all vegetarians. So there was one person who came up with one cart of egg, and he was trying to install his shop there to make omelets and serve everybody. So everybody in the society got together and complained, and they shooed him out of that area. So they were not devotees though, but they are all vegetarians, and they didn't allow this guy to put up the cart only, Prabhuji. So in what Padma Mataji said, I don't know which area and what is the majority people all there here. Majorities were vegetarian. That's why it happened. Hare Krishna.
No, this is just years back, Mataji. Years back, which I saw, this thought just came to my mind. I saw this happening. Not that it's happening around our house. No, nothing like that. Years back, suddenly that thought came. So I just wanted to ask Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji.
Krishna might save the devotees, but the effect of that karma, that area is happening, that it will affect them as well. So Krishna might choose to save them, or they might do some other thing, or remember the devotee Krishna conscious. But when the karma affects, everybody has to suffer. But who are the devotee, when tsunami happens, it happens for entire Bangalore, right? Entire Karnataka, right? Or whatever places. You can't say, I am a devotee, only my house is standing separately, right? But at the time of death, Krishna will make you to remember, or he will protect you, whatever means he thinks what is good for the devotee that way. But that effect will be there.
Okay, understood, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Meera Mataji. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, can ask Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandat Pranam. Very wonderful session as always. Prabhuji, I just wanted to add something based on what I've heard, because a lot of devotees are asking so many questions about karma. I just wanted to add what I've heard from senior devotees. As Prabhupada also mentions, the laws of karma are so intricate, we cannot understand. So anyways, our previous karmas are destroyed when we are taking initiation. And I got your point when you said even Siksha Gurus also take a portion of the karma of, when they recommend somebody for initiation, etc. So as devotees, we should, when Krishna says it's very difficult to understand, then we just leave it at that it is very difficult to understand, and rather, because this namno baladiyasya papa buddhi, that is also there, right? So we should not take the strength of, either doing parikrama of Tulsi Maharani or chanting more rounds or anything as a way to destroy our karma, right? Because we are surrendered to the Guru, so Guru will take care of our karma. And in case Guru or Krishna chooses that, we have to bhukta our karma and, go through, then, we should, instead of trying to eliminate the karma, what I've heard is we should pray for the strength to our Guru and Srila Prabhupada and Gauranga, that we grow through these situations and become more Krishna conscious, right? And also that verse, it says, right, what we are supposed to get a mountain of difficulties, but Krishna is giving us a molehill of it, right? Yes, what is that verse, Prabhu? Just skipping my mind. That we are supposed to get a mountain of difficulties, but Krishna is just giving me a molehill of it just for my purification. If that is the attitude, I don't have that attitude myself, but I'm just recollecting what I've heard from our gurus, that if that is the attitude and the consciousness that we develop, that whatever state of being Krishna puts me through, it is for my purification, it is for my benefit, then I don't have to, I can spend my time in doing devotional service rather than thinking so much what karma I have, what is remaining, what will go, what I am recommending, because that involves more effort, and that effort and time can be spent in remembering that Guru and Krishna are taking care of me. They will give me, even if I have to go through the bad phases because of my past karma, let me pray for the strength to grow through those difficulties, surrendering completely to Guru, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, and not worry so much about karma. So I just, that's the one thing which I want to tell myself also, because I also have asked a lot of questions, how the karma works and all that. So my simple, small contribution that I wanted to, because I was hearing the various questions and answers, very wonderful questions, but only that, is, in my humble view, is misjudged, misrepresented time and effort, on wrong things, rather than we can focus on service and grow through life situations, because we don't know why it is happening to us. Certain things are happening because of karma, certain things maybe pure devotees also are going through, apparently externally they are all going through suffering, but that is Krishna's mercy on them to actually increase their glory, right? So in that way, we don't know. For ourselves, we know that it is for our purification, but for others, we know that maybe Krishna has a very special mercy on them, because of which they are going through. So I just wanted to share the small thing what I've heard from my gurus, my Vartma Pradeshaka Guru, my Siksha Gurus, and my Diksha Guru. Just wanted to share this, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Danat Pranam, Hari Bol.
Thank you, Madhavani Mataji. Nice to see you. First of all, I'm really happy, glad. Thank you very much. Whatever you said is right. We can understand, so don't too much worried about this. Start preaching, helping others to become Krishna conscious, do your duty. Rest of things you don't need to bother.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful session. Gaur Chandra Gopinath Prabhu, always.
I'm happy for you. So I want to hear from you a lot. So you're always inspiring me. So thank you so much.
Dandat Pranam, Prabhu. Always wonderful class. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think Gopika Mataji is also having a question. Is it for the question, Gopika? Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I want to ask one question, that that when you were saying that in the neighborhood, if someone butchers a cow, then the whole neighborhood has to face the karma. But I don't get it, because if they butchered the cow, then shouldn't they be getting the karma, not us?
Madhavani Mataji, you want to answer?
Prabhuji, please go ahead, Prabhu.
No, go ahead.
Wondering how old is Gopika Radha Mataji? Which class are you studying in?
13.
I'm in 6.
You're in 6th standard. I remember when I was in 6th standard, I was not even able to think of these questions. So I first and foremost congratulate you for your wonderful question, and I request Gaur Chandra Gopinath Prabhu to enlighten us.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Prabhu, please go ahead, Prabhu. I would like to hear from you.
I think
Hare
somebody has
Krishna,
to
I think both of you can give a good vision on this, Prabhu and Mataji.
Gopika, I heard first portion of it, second portion of it, I'm not able to understand. Somebody has to repeat that question.
My Prabhu, my question was that when you were saying something that if someone in the neighborhood butchers a cow, and then the whole neighborhood has to face the sin or the karma, then why does the whole neighborhood have to face the karma? Like, why can't the
they don't, the proportion is less. It is the person who is involved, who is transporting it, who is cooking it. So there are 6 kind of things happens, right? If somebody is bringing the cow, somebody is transporting in the cow, somebody is butchering it, somebody is cooking it, somebody is eating it, everybody will get the karma, right? Equally. But if you're in the neighborhood, it is not that same proportion, you don't get it if you're in the neighborhood. Because that neighborhood has to be affected with flood, whatever it is, that feminine, whatever it is, since you are living there, you will face that. But that karma is not 100% transferred, but the effect of that karma which is happening at that place, it's called collective karma. Some portion of it we have to get it because you're living in that area. One sense we are party to it, sort of thing. Not directly, indirectly. So that way, it's not that we should not worried about 100% everything will come to us. No, but the people I told you, 6 kind of people who are taking it to the place, who are cutting it, who is cooking it, like those kind of people, they will have equally responsible and they'll have more karma, and they have to suffer life after life. For us, it may be the devotees may be affected, but Krishna, as it's everything. See, when you become a devotee by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna takes complete control of your karma. For devotees, there is no karma. So, as Grace Radhesham Prabhu always tell, whenever something happens, as Mataji said, something happening in our life, it is Krishna is testing us to become more devotee. As soon as Krishna, when you chant one Hare Krishna mantra, it is capable of nullifying all your past and future karma. Only present karma will be there. Whatever present karma, if Krishna takes that also, your body will not be there. We will die. We cease to exist. In order to be there in this body, you would allow only this lifetime, whatever we have suffered, that will be there. The past and the future, which is going to accumulate also, everything will be eradicated by just becoming a devotee. Krishna takes complete control of your karma. He will just give sample thing, as Mataji said, to test you, mold you. Because by polishing only diamond becomes shine. By marble, by raw stone, you will not see anything. But if you keep on shining and you make a big nice idol, then we worship as a Krishna. Similarly, we might in that environment, he will try to test us, but he will see in this calamity, are you remembering me? That's what he will see. If you remember, then you will give a pass mark and will make you pass the exam. So our thing we need to see is that this is an exam coming. Am I passing or not in the exam? Don't worry about whether neighborhood they are doing it. If we are in the controlling position, we should stop. That's why we are telling the responsible person in the house, it is happening, the father should stop. If it is happening in the city, then the city magistrate or whoever it is, they should supposed to stop. If it is happening in the country, the controller, whoever it is, they're supposed to stop. They're not doing their job, they will suffer for it. But of course, that impact will be there a little bit for us. But our karma is completely controlled by Krishna, so we should not be balked or worried too much about what would happen, because Krishna is in the control.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just a thought about it. Prabhuji, can I share, Prabhuji?
Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. As devotees, when we stay near to that place where the cow slaughtering is happening, so we should make our efforts to stop that in whichever way possible. So maybe how you said in the case of squirrel, whatever endeavor, little endeavor we put in that effort to please Krishna, so that will really please him. So isn't it, Prabhuji? Whatever we live.
See, even when we do profession as a work, it is directly related to any of the 4 regulative principle breaking. The gurus immediately tell them to change their job. Don't directly work on it, because sometimes initial days of His Holiness Jayapat Kamaraj, they have to work in the bar or somewhere, restaurant somewhere to help, because there's no money to run the temple. They do part-time work and they do it. So there are, Prabhupada was asking what kind of profession you're doing and making some adjustments. So directly we can't work, but of course indirectly everybody's working. For example, I'm working for IT company. My IT company would have invested on some company where they're manufacturing liquor. So they are making some profit out of it. From that, they are giving my salary. Am I involved in karma? Of course, I get karma. Can I stop working it? If you see that, then you cease to exist. You will not work anything. Everywhere it is karma is somehow or it's connected. You will be suffering it, right? Whether my company makes profit, how they make the profit, they might be investing on the shares definitely. And all the companies who are regulating breaking for meat eating KFC, they would have invested. That money will come. That profit, they're going to give him as a salary. Will I not affected? Yes, I will be affected. But I am using my money for Krishna conscious, bringing my family. Then it is purified. That's why we say give some portion of it, money, whatever you earn, to purify that, to give it to Krishna as a donation. Help them go for your spending on the preaching activity, going on yatra. This is all considered. So that's why karma is very complex to understand. As Mataji said, you will go blow off your mind. Even by just looking at somebody, you get a karma. The way you look at it, you will get a karma. Even by handshaking, you get a karma. If you go to the things, you will be paralyzed and you will not to work tomorrow. You will not eat anything. You will give up everything and you will simply sit. Right? That is not our motto to scare you or something. But understand there is some aspect of it definitely affects. So how should we behave, change our behavior? That's what we are trying to convey here. Any profession for that matter, you will get karma. So it's very complex scenario, right? How my company makes money, I don't know. Even though they might make software, but they might invest on different shares. And that is also karma. So it's very difficult. But directly, if it is involved, then you should better to change your profession, or you're staying there. There is no opportunity. You want to change your house, you can better change it. But we should not be paralyzed because of that. Oh, Prabhu told let me tomorrow search for house. No, keep doing preaching. Make an effort. At least do kirtan. Go every day for Nagar Sankirtan. Get the areas purified. Make them the devotee. Distribute prasadam weekly once. You are more compassionate. So Mahaprabhu will be more pleased. Oh, this person is trying to preach. So even fallen conditions soul, because Nityananda Prabhu chose the most fallen condition and he gave the mercy. So you're also choosing the most fallen condition soul and you're preaching. So the more mercy the Parampara will give. So wherever you are, start doing preaching. Wherever you are, practice your Krishna conscious. However, your husband may be, please stick to it there. Don't rebel, fight, argue. Do whatever you and the rest, leave it to Krishna. Krishna will take care of it.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Shall we end with the session, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Thank
with the
you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful, detailed session.
Thank
you, Prabhuji, for nice class.
Thank you, Gopika.
you.
Please pray for me so that I can practice whatever I follow and little bit of bhakti I can get like you at this young age. So wonderful. So thank you so much. I'm seeking all the Vaishnavas assembled here blessings.
Round Mataji.
Thank you for your progress, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Chakal
Shio Namo Nama. Krishna ki jai.
Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai,
Srimad
Srila
Bhagavatam
Prabhupada
ki
ki jai,
jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Shila
jai.
Prabhuji,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna to all devotees.